I let NBA 2K25 draft my entire team for me at random, but every time I shoot on this hoop, my team changes. If I make it, we get better. If I miss it, things could get ugly.
It's the ugliest shot in the history of ugly shots.
I only have one season to win a championship. Let's get it. Hold up. I know you guys are going to say something about me getting SGA on the squad. I promise you there was no funky business behind the scenes. We got the man SGA. But nonetheless, here is the rest of the squad. SGA obviously going to be our best player. After that, we have a bit of a fall off. Scotty Barnes being our next best, and then probably Asar Thompson after that. And here's the wheel of challenges. Every 10 games, I'm going to spin this wheel, and we're adding a new player to our team. It could be a better player. It could be a worse player. We have no idea. Obviously, having Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on my team is such a great start, but the rest of my roster isn't great. We have to spin the wheel for our very first challenge of the video. What are we gonna get? Starting off with the wild card. If I make the shot, I can choose any reward from the wheel, and if I miss it, I have to release a random player, which of course will be coming from this wheel. Let's spin the wheel and see which player we could possibly be releasing depending on the shot. We are praying it is not SGA, and it looks like it may be Jalen Tyson or Delano Banton, and it is Jalen Tyson. Make it, I can swap IRL teammates. Miss it, Jalen Tyson is gone. Jalen Tyson is gone. Now, as I sim our first 10 games, I would like to remind you guys to please hit that like button and that subscribe button. Let's get back to the video. 10 games in, and there we are. All the way at the bottom. We're 2-8. Absolutely terrible. We knew we didn't have to worry about Shai turning up, but the rest of the squad needs some help. Obviously, we are terrible, but this wheel is here to help us upgrade. So let's spin again to see if we're going to upgrade our team or get worse. Hopefully not worse. We're already like the worst team in the entire league. Front court shakeup. With this front court shakeup, if we make it, we can trade for a better power forward or center. And if we miss it, we have to trade our best center or power forward for a lower overall. Listen, I have nothing against Zach Edey. He's fine, but I would like a better center. So let's knock this one down and get an upgrade over Zach Edey just like that. A new era of Pistons basketball is now beginning because GM Hammy Hoops decided his big center splash was going to be Walker Kessler. That was until I got cold feet and decided I could do a lot better than Walker Kessler. So I went out there and I got somebody that Shai is used to playing with, that being Isaiah Hartenstein. Now, just with the addition of iHeart, I fully expect this team to be a lot better than 2-8, which I mean, we were. 5-5 is better than 2-8, but I expect better. Obviously, everything's going a lot better, but we're on to our third challenge right now. We have simmed through 20 games. What are we getting now? A little bench boost. With the bench boost, a make can add an 80+ overall to our bench, and a miss means we have to trade our best bench player. Let's try and upgrade this bench. A make means we get an 80+ overall bench addition, which we do. Let's get it. And our 80 overall bench edition is going to be PJ Washington. We're sending Steven Adams, Davion Mitchell, and a second round pick in return. Now, going into this 10-day sim, we are sitting at 7-13 after a 2-8 start. But after the sim, we're sitting at 16-16. We're slowly getting there. Challenge number 4 here is the spin. Our team made a lot of ground up right there. Getting PJ Washington, super helpful. Guard swap. This could be bad. Guard swap. If I make it, I can upgrade my point guard or shooting guard by 5+ overall max. And if I miss it, I have to trade my highest rated point guard or shooting guard, which means Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is on the chopping block. Best outcome is we upgrade Grady Dick or Dante Exum. Worst outcome is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is off the team. And we hit it. Thank God. Now, after doing my due diligence, I went around the league and scouted which players I would like to trade for, and I settled on Trey Murphy III. Until I realized that his trade value was absolutely insane. He would have cost an arm and a leg, so we had to pivot to Quentin Grimes, who also cost too much. So it all came down to Shaedon Sharpe versus Cam Thomas. And when you compare the two, the choice is pretty easy. Cam Thomas, welcome to Detroit. So now after this 10-game sim, we are finally sitting above 500, ready to make our next move. After starting the season 2-8, we're sitting at 22-20 right now. Here is our next spin on the challenge wheel. What are we looking at? Hopefully something fun. Looks like it's a superstar. No, upgrade to starter. Upgrade starter. A make, I can trade any starter for a maximum of 3 overalls better. And a miss, I can trade any starter for a maximum of 3 overalls worse. Obviously, I very much would want to make this, but a miss here I don't think would be the worst possible thing for me. And that is a miss. That's tough. Call me crazy, but at one point I was going to trade Shai because I thought maybe I could get 2 other players that are really good in exchange for one really good player, that being Shai. But then I woke the fuck up and decided that, you know, 3 overalls less than Isaiah Hartenstein still gets us an 80 overall center. That's fine. It's better than trading Shea, of course. So then I traded iHeart for Rob Williams and a first round pick. And since we're a couple games out from the All-Star break, here's a look at the entire team, obviously looking much better than the start of the season. And this is where everything changed. Over this 10-game sim, we went from 22-20 to 29-23, an absolute dominant 10-game stretch. And here's a look at the player stats. Cam Thomas, PJ Washington, Rob Williams, guys who we just traded for are making huge contributions. And of course, in the meantime, Shea was hunting for that MVP award and he made the All-Star team. So far, it's really nice to see that the guys that we're adding to the team are actually going out there and helping us. They're playing well. Cam Thomas was such a great pickup, but this is for our next challenge, Superstar Upgrade? Superstar Upgrade, a make. I can trade for a 90+ overall player, and I miss. I have to trade my best player. So once again, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is on the chopping block. With Shai on the chopping block, I do not want to miss this one. So let's knock this one down just like that, which we do. Let's go get a new 90 overall player for the squad. So my plan was to bring in Jaren Jackson Jr. as my new 90 overall player, except it took me 30 minutes to try and trade for him, and I still couldn't complete a trade. So we had to pivot, of course. And our pivot was to Franz Wagner, who also took me like 15 minutes to trade for, but I finally completed a successful trade, which ended up being Asar Thompson, 2 firsts and 2 seconds for Franz Wagner. Let me know if I got fleeced or not. So now our starting lineup looks like SGA, Cam Thomas, Franz Wagner, Scotty Barnes, Rob Williams. Pretty solid. Now going into this 10-game sim, we are sitting at 29-23, but coming out, we are sitting at 37-35, still climbing up the Eastern Conference standings. If I'm correct, I believe we have 2 more spins left, maybe 3, but I think it's 2. Anyways, let's get this one out of the way. The team is looking really good. We're in the 3rd seed in the Eastern Conference now. What are we doing? Pick a duo. This is good. On a make, I can choose 2 players to lock on my team. On a miss, I randomly lose one of my top 3 players. Once again, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is on the chopping block. We cannot miss here. Here's the deal. If I miss the shot, I either lose SGA, Franz Wagner, or Scotty Barnes. If I make it, you know I'm locking up Franz and SGA. I cannot lose SGA. Let's hit this shot. We strap it, man. Let's go. Nothing new happens to the team. It's just for the rest of the video, I cannot lose SGA or Franz Wagner. They are locked onto my team, which is a phenomenal thing. And after our 10-game sim, we went 8-2 to have a record of 45-27 in 2nd place in the East. All right, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe this is our last challenge wheel. So this could make or break the entire simulation if I get something bad here. Spin again, double or nothing. This is fun. If I make it, I can spin 2 times and I get both of the rewards. If I miss it, I spin twice and I get both of the punishments. As you can see, I'm only down to the last 2. So if I make this shot, I can get both of these rewards. If I miss the shot, I get both of these punishments. A make and I get 2 rewards, and a miss, I get 2 punishments. And I haven't lost Shai yet, and I can't lose him now because he's locked in. Let's just knock it down so I don't have to worry. Let's go. Let's go. So the first reward that I get is the City Swap. A make, I can trade any player for their better IRL teammate. So in this case, if I have Jaylen Brown and I wanted to try and trade for Jason Tatum, I could. Delano Banton, you better call up your boy Anthony Simons and welcome him to Detroit. And obviously I got finessed on this one, but Anthony Simons is a huge upgrade, and I'm not going to use those 1st-round picks anymore because it's a 1-year sim. And my last reward is I get to add a 3-point sniper, and that is it. So let's go add a 3-point sniper to the squad and then sim to the end of the season. We're looking good. Target acquired a 43% 3-point shooter named Max Strus. And just like that, Max Strus is now a part of the team. Let's get it. And here is the team, the wheel and I created together to make an insane roster. And now we sim out the rest of the season. Make sure you guys hit that like button and that subscribe button, and let's get into the postseason. None of our players went on to win an award, but I did win Executive of the Year, so that's pretty sick. But as you saw, we went on to win 50 games to grab that 2nd seed, and that's not too bad after a 2-8 start, worst team in the league. But our first playoff matchup will be against an Indiana Pacers team led by Jimmy Butler and real-life teammates Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell, which of course ended up going the distance. We are going to a Game 7, and obviously in my opinion, our team is much better, so I don't expect any problems, especially if we have a big 2nd quarter right there. 36-18 in that 2nd quarter really helped us pull away a little bit, and we're rolling. Absolutely smoked them. Look at the contribution from everybody on the roster. We had 7 double-digit scorers. That's crazy. But as we look ahead to our next matchup against the New York Knicks, we're going against Tyrese Maxey, Trey Murphy, and Jason Tatum. I don't know why I'm talking about Jason Tatum like that, but we beat him in 5. Jason Tatum did absolutely nothing. nothing. But in all honesty, this was the matchup I was most worried about. Josh Giddey, Desmond Bane, Paul George, Kuminga, Nikola Jokic, just an absolutely insane lineup on their part. Yeah, this is a good team. I don't know how we're going to stop Jokic, but this is a really good team. Let's just see how it goes to this. Oh my God, I just simmed the round on accident and we won. Oh my God. I literally meant to go sim game by game, and I just simmed the entire round. It worked out. We won 4-2, which is huge. I mean, shout out to Shea. Looks like we held, where's Jokic? Triple-double. These teams are always competing in the regular sims that I do. It's always the Spurs and the Timberwolves, but Shea with an insane Eastern Conference Finals MVP. We're going against Jalen Brunson. He's always in the finals, whether he's on the Knicks or any other team. Brunson always finds himself here. Let's see what we can do. Spurs take game 1. We take game 2. We take game 3. We take game 4. Oh my gosh, yeah. Our team is so much better than this. There's no way we lose this. There's no way. And just like I said, there was absolutely zero way that we lose this game. And for the first time since 2004, Detroit basketball is on top of the NBA world. We did it. Brought a championship home to my Detroit Pistons, man. All because I was clutch on the hoop. All because I was clutch on the hoop. They can't stop me. I built a squad. We started out 2-8. We finished NBA champions. Trace Jackson Davis just got there, but he's holding up the trophy. Anthony Simons just got there and he's holding up the trophy. Somebody get Shai Gilgeous-Alexander out there for me, man. I got so lucky with the fantasy draft drafting Shai as well. Like, I got incredibly lucky. That's what made this whole challenge that much easier. Cam Thomas, oh my gosh, what an insane in-season trade that was. To upgrade Grady Dick to Cam Thomas, he went absolutely insane. He is so good. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander takes home the finals MVP. And of course, we win the NBA championship 4-1 over the Spurs. But as usual, I appreciate everybody for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, and comment some ideas. If you guys are liking these long form videos like this, make sure you guys comment some ideas. I appreciate you guys for watching, and I'm out. Deuces.